Hello and welcome to this week tutorial. In this week tutorial, we'll be creating a nice gallery project. This is the finished project. As you can see right here, had this nice preview right here section, and then at the bottom we had the gallery images, the smaller version with a nice hover effect. And let me just refresh and see the animation once the page load. See this nice zoom out effect, and then once we click on any of these images, have that nice animation also. See, so that will be the project for this week tutorial. So we're going to be using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Marius, and on this channel I create web design and development tutorial. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you won't miss my new tutorial. Like I said in the introduction, we'll be creating a nice gallery. In this week tutorial, I can see this is the finished project right here. Nice animation here. So I will have my text editor open and the browser. Let me use live server. So when I do something right here, it will automatically reload right here. It's an extension that you can find in the Visual Studio Code called live server. I just have my CSS folder with my CSS styling. I had just image folder with 6 images. You can find any images. You can use any images that you want. And I have my JavaScript script, which is empty, but we get to it once we finish styling the HTML and CSS. So let's get started. So first thing, I will create a container, a div with class called container. And inside this container, I will create a wrapper that wrap around the whole gallery with the class called gallery. Inside this gallery, we're gonna have our preview section. Yeah, actually, this is the full view. This is the preview. This is a full view. So I say gallery 2_full view. Put that down. I put the image inside of it, one image inside of it. Go inside my images folder. Say image 1. I'll choose this one for now. Save it. I can see it's huge. And after this one, create our gallery preview. So gallery 2_preview. This we hold all the small preview on the bottom right here. Inside of it, we're gonna create another div with a class of gallery 2_image img. Inside of it, we're gonna have an image element, and this we hold the first image 1. Now we need total of 6, and I'm going to show you a shortcut to create all of this without having to go manually change all of this. So I'll just Control Z all of this, and I will wrap this in a parentheses. And right here, I will use my greater angle bracket, say image, and I use my square bracket src for the source equal, and then put the name, the path to my image. So images / say image dash, since we have image 1-1 2 3 2 6, I will put a $sign right here, and then all of this will multiply by 6. So what this is doing is it's gonna create a div element with a classical gallery image, and then inside of it we create an image element and a set of source attribute to this, and this dollar sign we change from 1 to how many we want. In this case, say 1 2 3 4 all the way to 6. So as soon I press tab or enter, you get all of this. As you can see, image 1 2. Now I did a quick mistake because I forgot the extension, so all I got to do, put that jpg right here. So 6 again. Now you can see all the images are showing 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'm gonna save this. Now you can see they're very huge. So that's it for the HTML right here. Now we're gonna go to the CSS. So the CSS, I just set the custom variable for the colors, but we won't be using any of these colors except for the background color right here. I set choose my universal selector, remove the padding, margin for everything, and set the backside is to border pass. I set the root element, the HTML, to 10 pixels because I'm gonna be using RAM. So that one RAM we go 10 pixels. Set a background color to this off-white, and then the font family to be roboto, and the container right here. And then we're gonna sort of gallery style. So let's get started on that. So first thing, I'm gonna select all the images and say display to be black. By default, we are display inline. And I set the width and height to be 100%. And I'll set the object fit to be covered. So when we resize it, it doesn't look weird. So resize nicely. And then I'm gonna get the gallery. We set the width to be 100%. This container already had a width of 80%. And then we're gonna set the border radius to be 0.6 rem, so 6 pixel. We set the overflow to be hidden. Save this. Now you see nothing really happened. We see the border radius. Scroll down, see everything nice and aligned. Then go down here, set a full view, which is this one right here. Say gallery full view. Says height to be 80 rem, so 800 pixels. This is created so nice and larger devices, so you can change the height and smaller devices. So the overflow be hidden. So as you can see right here, if you choose to, we can make it smaller. Then I'm gonna start the image inside of it for the animation later on. So let's take care of this one first. So that's the gallery preview, which wrap around everything. So I will go down to gallery, underscore preview. I said display to be flex, and that's it. Just like that, you can see images right here. Now I'm going to choose each one of these wrapper that wrap around the image, which is the gallery. IMG. I set height to be 15 rem, so 150 pixel. A little bit bigger, as you can see right here. Set the opacity to be 0.5, all of them. I set a pointer. No, sorry, not pointer, cursor to be pointer, so it looks like a clickable. I set transition to be opacity, the property gonna be opacity to be 0.35 second, ease and out. Save it. Now we want the one that's active to have a class called active, so we can show. So we go right here, and the first one here we give it a class called active. You can go back in the CSS, so do something like gallery image hover and then active dot active. So if where is hover or had this class active, all we have to do is set the opacity to be 1 because set to 0.5 right here, as you can see this. Now let's take out this animation right here. So if you go right here, we can copy this, put it down, and choose the image inside of it, and then gonna say animation, give it a name. I say zoom out, duration 1 second, say forward, and then ease and out. Now come down here, create the animation, so as add keyframe, and then I name zoom out, and say from transform scale 1.4, say 2, now you can see. So that's that. Now we're gonna move to the JavaScript. For now, we're gonna hide this image, hide it. So we let JavaScript dynamically pull the image, the one that's active, right here. So we're gonna hide this for now. Save it. Now it's empty. So let's go inside our JavaScript and let's get started. First, I will grab the gallery itself, the whole gallery. Say const gallery. Say document, the query selector to be gallery. Make sure you put the that right here, and we set the grab the full view. So const gallery full view, and this one I can say documents and do that query selector, but since the full view inside our gallery, we can just grab this gallery again and say query selector. That's why I create this one, and then I'm going to grab the gallery again to underscore full view because that's the name right here. And then I'm going to grab these images, these, so all of them. So we say const gallery preview, img. Now we're gonna say gallery again, the query selector, then we're gonna grab gallery underscore img. Now no, it's e. Now let console log the image, the gallery images. So console the log gallery preview image. So we have to run 1 2 3 4 6, right click, inspect. It grab just one, but we had to roll 6, but grab just the first one. So we say query selector. There's another option called query selector all. Query selector, just query selector, we select just the first of the element you specify here. In this case, it grab just this first one that it found. Query selector all, we grab all of them and return a node list. That is like an array. So if I save this, as you can see, it grab the whole thing. So now we can loop through this. I want to convert it to an array. So all we have to do, we can say array dot from, and wrap this one, set parentheses. Now it's an array. Now you can use that for each loop on it, as you can see. Got total 6. You can see length 6. So if you want to grab a lot of elements with the same class, you want to loop through them, use query selector all, not just query selector. If you do this, it's just gonna grab one. So use all. And another way to grab all of this is we're gonna get our preview. This one, we're gonna do something like gallery query selector, gallery preview, and then outside of that, say children. Like that, and then grab the same thing again, as you can see. But the other one is a little bit easier. I just want to show you these two options. So I'm going to the all. So just all. Save this, and then I'm going to get rid of this. Now we're going to grab the active one because that's what we want to show first. So all I have to do, see, is let active equals gallery the query selector. I'm going to grab the gallery image. I put this one in quotation with the class called active. So we grab this one. That's what we're grabbing. So now we're going to create a function that we display our first image. I'm going to use that function to display every time we click on the other images. So let's go down here, we create a constant. Because the reason why I use constant right here and let right here, when you use constant, you cannot change the variable later on, but let will allow you to change the variable. We'll be changing this one later on. That's why you let right here in items. So I say my function name will be change preview. Be arrow function. Then first we're going to grab the active one, this one. Go from here, go inside the image, and then grab the src, the address, so we can paste it right here. So all we have to do is say create const active src. We're gonna grab our active, the one that had the active class. Then we're gonna say child node. Let me just console out the child node real quickly. So say console log active src. If I right click, inspect. Now nothing shows here because we had to call this function. So I say change preview, save it. Now it's a no list. Inside of here we had an image that it says length is 1. We only have 1. That's the first child. So we want to grab that one. So grab 0. That will be the first element. So if I save this, say an image, as you can see right here, image. Now we want to grab the source attribute. So we come right here, so put src. If I save this, now we get a full source path, and then we get it right here, and that's what we need. Now we're gonna create the image element and apply dynamically and paste it right here. So I will say create a const again, full view img, because I just template error, and I put the create image element with src, and I set the source attribute to be our variable right here. So it's a $, the curly braces, and then put active src, and that's it. And make sure I put this on quotation, and that's it. Now this won't do anything. If I save it, it won't do anything. We need to grab our preview right here and then put this image inside of it. So all we have to do is say gallery full view, which is this one right here, as you can see, the inner HTML to be our full image right here, full view image. So full view image. If I save it, as you can see, let's go inside here. As you can see, we have it right here. The image is pasted right here with the address, everything. If I save again, as you can see, let me cancel this one out. That's not, you see, this image is coming out, but soon I uncomment this, we get our new image right here. So now we need to work on our clicking over this so I can change. So I come down here, grab my gallery preview image, all of this, and then I'm gonna loop through each one of them and add a click event. So I say gallery preview image, which an array, you say for each, and then I'm gonna pass in create function image and an arrow function. Now for each, take 3 parameters: the current element, the index, and the array itself. In this case, we only need one, which the current. So this image represents each one individually like this. So I can say console.log image. If I save it, and now let's see the console. As you can see, it print at each one of these right here. Now we want to change the active class because we can see we want to grab the source attribute for each of the active class and then put the source element inside our preview right here, inside the image right here. That's what this function is doing. So this one, we're going to be adding and removing the active class from the gallery images. So now I'm going to say image, each individually of this, add event listener. When listen to the click and run an arrow function and pass an event E. First we say E that prevent default. In case you want to use anchor element to wrap around this will make sure that it doesn't refresh the page. So we're going to grab our active class again. Every time we click, we want to grab the active class or namely active class. So we goes gallery, the query, query selector, gallery, to underscore active, like this right here. So every time we click, we always want to grab the one that is active. Now we don't want when we click this one, we don't want to add a class to it or remove class. So if you already have active class, we don't want to remove it because it's already shown right here. So we want to prevent that from happening. So we're going to say if image, the one we're currently clicking on, class list that contains active, return. If this is true, the code below here will not run. If this is not true, then the code will run just fine. The return will stop any code that's below if this statement is true. So let's say if I say console log yes right here, and I open my console, take a look. If I click any of these, I say yes because that's how the active class. Say yes, but as soon as I click on the one that has active class, nothing happened. I'm clicking on it, but nothing happened. If I click another one, it say yes, as you can see right here, 3. If I click the one the active class, it will not work because of this return. So we don't want to remove the active class if we're clicking on just the active class. We only want to remove the active class from the current active one if we click on the other one and then add the active class to the current one that we click. I hope that makes sense. So I will close this one out. Come down here and I say come and remove the active class from the current image. So all I do, I say active, the class list that remove, then I'm going to remove active, and then I'm going to say add active class to the current click image. So all we have to do, grab the image that we click on and then class list the add active. Save this. Now if I select, you can see we are the first one which had the active class, nothing happened, but as soon as I click this one, the active class is removed from this one and this one. You can see now this is very small. 1 second. as you can see, it's not error 1% opacity. If I click this one, it will move to here. Yeah, click it, not on the same one, nothing happened. I click the last one, it will move all the way and add it to the last one. So that's what we're doing. I'll go back inside our code. Now with that, now we're gonna call this function right here, change preview. So I say change preview. Remember, the change preview is grabbing the active class, the one that's currently active. It grabbing the source attribute is going inside of it. So for example, this one will go inside here and grab this image source attribute and then paste it right here. That's all this is doing. So if I save this, let's take a look. This is the first one. I click it. See, but it was the same one that shows. I click this one. This one shows, but now the correct one is not showing. So why is that? Because when we add the active class, the current one that we choose, we need to again grab this active class once again, because it had to go all the way up to find the previous active class. So it's not updating the active class after we remove the class and add it again. So all we have to do is just copy this and then right here say reselect the active image again. So here for this function, I will just say function to change preview image. Save it. Now it should work. So we had the first one, nothing happened. I click. Now the right one is showing. See, 2. Go on now, preview 2. Now the right one is showing. If you want, you can add some opacity so it fade in and then zoom out. So yeah, that's it for the tutorial. This is the finish. As you can see, you can go through. If you have any question, please leave them in the comment section below. If you're not already done, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. This will be end for this week tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.